It's the Doves.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice.
Versus the Vultures.
Oh, no.
It's time for 3 up, 3 down. This is the Sports Source.
It is the Sports Source, and it is 3 up, 3 down. And I realized in this break that we could do an entire 90-minute show on the reasons refereeing is worse or looks worse now. And I think we've got an off-season show already set. Yeah. This segment brought to you by Parkside Cabin Rentals. From one woman's rental property at the birth of the Great Smoky Mountain National Park to today, the Ogle family have been the most trusted name in Sevier County cabin rentals and hotel stays. Visit Parkside Cabin Rentals for all their floor plans. You can see them right there on their website. And let me tell you, you're going to be there on a while. Click, click, click for a long time because they got so many floor plans. Parkside Cabin Rentals. If you want to get up to Gatlinburg and the Smokies, that is the way to do it. All right, want to welcome in 2 more VFLs to our show today. We have right there Daniel Hood, and beside him, Sterling Hinton. Those are the Doves. And beside them, of course, Will and Jimmy, our Vultures. We're going to do 3 up, 3 down. I want to know who the 3 best players on the field were for Tennessee, who the 3 worst players on the field for Tennessee were. Let's start with the ups. Who's up number 3, gentlemen?
We're going to take Juwan Jennings. It's the heartbeat of your football team. You know, we did have the one drop pass, but accounting for over 50% of your pass yards against Alabama, 6 catches, 66 yards. You got to love what Chaney's doing with him, putting him in a spot to be successful.
All right, very good. Who's number 3 down?
Punters. You can't go out there. You're having to switch guys around right now. You don't know what you're going to get from any one of them on any particular kick. That hasn't been the case the last couple of years for UT. It's been a strength. This year, you don't know what you have. And it shows up not, in kind of non-pressure games, they do pretty good. When the lights get big, the pressure comes on, they're not doing very well.
And if the idea was to light up Doyle, light a fire under him, I think that backfired. He's gotten worse since you put Brooks in there.
Yeah, and by rotating him, neither one of them punted very well. They averaged 36.6 yards a punt. If every one of those had been punted out of bounds and not to Waddle, that's more acceptable.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. I thought they had a bad day.
Yep. All right, number 2 up.
Number 2 up again. He's back at it again this week. Nigel Warrior. I mean, he's got another interception in his books. He's playing with a lot of grit right now. I mean, if you guys are watching, he's covering like a true safety. He's really getting behind his corners. He's showing love and getting covering for his linebackers. He's all over the field, and his energy is just unquestioned. So Nigel Warrior, without a doubt, is definitely the second up this week.
That throw and interception was a terrible decision by Tua. At the same time, Warrior makes the play, and I said that the Taylor play was kind of a game-changing play. That was a game-changing play, too. Because if they go up 14-0 right there, I don't think it's a 4-quarter game.
Well, you think about how many times have we had people in that position had a ball thrown to them and we
catch
dropped.
Yep, agreed. And
Wow.
he's also he took a lot of heat in September, and he is one of the guys who has stepped up the most in October, and Jeremy Pruitt has credited him for that as well.
Incredible resiliency.
All right, who's your number 2 down?
Darnell Wright, right tackle. Didn't think he played well at all. Look, he didn't have the benefit of going through the spring, and so he came in the summertime. He went against an Alabama guy in Terrell Lewis that's really good at pass rushing. He's got a lot of moves, and Darnell Wright had a lot of difficulty out in space trying to block this guy. I thought it was a tough night for Darnell Wright.
All right, who's the number 1 up? I think I know.
I think you do. You're talking about a running back, Jordan. I mean, the play against Alabama where you had the entire offensive line of Jordan dragging him for 9 yards. On top of that, you almost break a 100-yard rushing mark against Alabama, which I think the last person who had to do it may have been Torrin Poole a few years ago or Jalen Hurd. But, man, coming into the season, third string, middle of the season, showing out, getting 19 carries is impressive.
He's kind of taken over in the running back spot, too. He's become their bell cow, and he's the head of steam downhill runner that Jeremy Pruitt likes, too. I think that's the style he wants.
Makes one cut and goes.
Yeah.
And he's definitely doing that now. And give him a lot of credit because he's improved. Just like we said, the team has taken steps. A guy like Jordan and Warrior have all shown steps of improvement each week.
Older guys.
Older guys are doing
Well, we got the Vulture giving some love. Oh, my goodness, man. You got to love that, baby.
Stay in your lane. All right, we got who's the number 1 down? I think I know this, too.
Yeah, Garantano. You can't – just the emotion of the team drops off as soon as he comes in the game. It's not hard to see. Pretty much in that game, you have the big fumble. Did he call his own play and not run the play that was called? You don't know that. But just he's not effective in the game. And for a guy that was supposed to be an athletic guy, he sure looks like a lot like Casey Clausen or Peyton Manning getting away from pass rushers right now. It's just it's just not good. There's no good quarterback play for when he's in the game.
And
the game like that.
you would think that he might have gained some confidence for the way he played against Mississippi State. He wasn't great, but 6 of 7 led him to the win. Big drive, it just didn't carry over for him. Your thoughts on Garantano?
Well, he didn't throw the ball very well either. His percentage was well below 50%. His career over 62%, but he wasn't very accurate throwing it. He just doesn't look like he's very confident. He didn't look like he's decisive. I think he looks like a lost soul out there. I think it's going to be tough to win with that guy.
They blitzed him consistently too, and I think
Yeah.
I hate to keep beating on it, but
The book's out on him.
well, and also, did he take so many hits last year that now he's a little scatterbrained back there, which can happen. I also want to throw an up to Salon Page, who got thrown into that game with the targeting on Batuli. J.J. Peterson also got in, but Page got thrown right in there on the deep end and held up okay. You were in the game in the fourth quarter. If you'd told me they would be without To'o and Batuli for a quarter, I'd have thought, nah, they're not going to last. So credit to the young man for getting in there. All right, when we come back, we're going to be talking about should Brian Maurer have played. Some of us discussed that last week. We discussed it on Jimmy Show Friday. Was it wise or wrong to play him? Come on back.